Why? Why this matchup I'm sorry, I can't. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm coming off a bit negative, but I just finished Yoda versus King Mickey. Great battle. I'll get into that soon. And they revealed the next fight, and it's Shadow versus Ryuko, and I really just don't want this fight to happen. I really don't want it to happen. I do not like this matchup. There were like a million other matchups that I probably could name, but I'm not going to name right now. It's so boring. Like the only similarities they have is both are black and red, and a bunch of other similarities that I don't know. But other than that, I really just don't like this matchup. There were a million other matchups that would have been better for Ryuko, and I actually don't know any more matchups for Shadow other than Mewtwo or Vegeta. So, anyway, let's actually get onto the prediction right now. Shadow probably wins. He definitely wins. From what I've seen, as per Death Battle, they're probably gonna they won't make Shadow multiversal, which is what some people agree, or a lot of people agree that's the tier Shadow is. At max, they'll probably say he's like a tier 4A, which is multi-solar system level. He also pretty much scales to Sonic in terms of strength and speed, and as we all know, Sonic can exceed light speed, and they even mentioned that in one feat that he literally pulled against a Metarex that used the moon as like a chair, and he literally just pulled back. He completely pulled back. And not to mention, he's superior to the final Egg Blaster, which is also a multi-solar system level thing. And he's just generally a lot more powerful. He can use Chaos Energy, he can teleport, he can stop time. He can become even more power when he removes his inhibitor rings. And Super Shadow is just another can of worms. And Ryuko really doesn't have anything. Yeah, she's strong and everything, and she has like Berserker mode and the true life fiber synchronized and all that stuff. And decommission mode, which is really, really, really big. I mean, it literally was bigger than Honoji Academy. According to Versus Battle, that is. I actually don't have that good of resources. I don't really watch anything other than just videos on YouTube. So, and she's fast, yeah, she can move at Mach speeds, and she has like a moon level feat, and definitely scales to other people like Nui Harime and what's the other lady? Satsuki, I think her name is? I don't know, I don't watch Kill la Kill, please correct me if I'm wrong. And she's very skilled with her scissor blade and everything. But Shadow just has her beat in every single way. I really don't know why. It's just, Anyway, what I'm hoping for from this battle is, I'm hoping that it's going to be either a hand-drawn animated, but I really hope that that's what Steven Universe versus Star Butterfly is going to be. But I really hope it's either going to be sprite or hand-drawn. I really don't want the puppet animation, because that just would not look good on Shadow. Neither would Ryuko, because her outfit isn't fully black. It's just the rigs wouldn't look good. But yeah, that's really my thoughts. Like I said, I really don't want this match to happen. It's just so boring. Well, I might as well give you my thoughts on Yoda versus Mickey while I'm still here. So I'm going to do that now. I admittedly was wrong with this fight. I was certain that Yoda would win, but I didn't take into account the scaling that King Mickey had. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I made a mistake. A pretty big one, in my opinion. And I'm actually really happy with how this fight turned out. To start off, the animation was amazing. It wasn't Devil Artemis who animated it. He wrote the he was the one who wrote the I keep saying writ. He was the one who wrote the battle, while Daitomachi, I think. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm sorry if I get it wrong. He was the one who animated, and he did a stellar job on it. The voice acting, I'm gonna admit, I was a bit nervous at first, because they kind of sounded off to me. Like, Yoda kind of sounded a bit weird, and Mickey kind of sounded like he was an 80-year-old trying to do a Mickey Mouse impression. But now, that's what I thought at first. But after watching the battle, I actually really loved the voice acting. The interaction between the two characters could have been done a little better. Like, at the end, spoilers, Mickey calls Yoda a fuzzball, which makes no sense. But like the interactions between the two characters were a little off, in my opinion. Like, Yoda said something about size matters not, I think. I'm trying to remember the battle as best as I can. And then Mickey said, "If you say so," which kind of makes no sense. It would have been cool if Mickey said something along the lines of, well, I don't know, I can't think of anything right now. But other than that, this fight was really good. Like I said, the animation was stellar, the voice acting was good. And the death, I'll admit, it wasn't as good as normal deaths in Death Battle. Like, hell, even Miles versus Static had a good death. But this death was just a big explosion. It was like Mickey used Ultima, and it was like it blew up, and Yoda was gone, and he became a Force Ghost, which was actually pretty cool to see. I really liked that. And the signature Yoda laugh, that was also that was a treat. But other than that, I think they also they use the black hole feat again, like what they did with Obi-Wan. They like scaled him to Kip-Duran, which makes no sense it makes no sense, because they basically what they said is that Yoda was directly compared to Kip, therefore he should be capable of doing the same thing. Which, no, not at all. Basically, what it means is, ever since Yoda and Obi-Wan became one with the Force and died, Kip was the strongest Force user that Luke felt. That doesn't mean they're comparable. Though I guess if they weren't comparable, this would be even more of a stomp than it already was. Like, that was like worth 14 petatons, and then Mickey could do something way crazier. Other than that, I was actually really surprised to see that they didn't use the Stopsis spell that Mickey had that allows him to stop time for an entire battle. I was really expecting them to do that, and it would have been really cool to see, actually. To see, like, Mickey kind of use the Stopsis spell and, like, take care of business in the air, but then Yoda's still not done. And then Yoda uses the Force, and it plays out normally. Speaking of which, the ending was, while the death was a bit bland, in my opinion, the ending was awesome. Basically, Yoda gave up on his lightsaber, and he went into like using the Force full on, and Mickey kept like Mickey kept like trying to giving everything he got, and then it's just really impressive. They like Yoda used like a clone technique. I'm not sure if you can do that. I might be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And he like reflected a lot of Mickey's light energy back at him with the 2 to minus. And then Mickey like full on used Ultima, and it was amazing. And the voice acting was just really funny there. He was like, Ultima! I can't do that voice for long. And the Yoda whacking Mickey on the head with his stick was just really funny to see. Overall, I'd give this fight a solid 8. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Animation was good. The interaction could have been better. The research, again, that black hole feat it's just baffling to me. And the voice acting was also really good. So like I said, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. Probably my favorite season premiere so far. It's not the best one. I think Dante vs. Bayonetta is still better than this. But this is probably my favorite. So yeah. That's really all I have to say about this. I was pleasantly surprised. And I really hope this quality of death battle is used more and more throughout the season. I really hope they don't mess up again, like with Season 7. So, overall, great way to kick off the season, and that's really all I have to say.